Warning, this podcast is not performed by a professional and therefore should not be taken serious unless you want these hands. This podcast contains mild language, several sensitive topics, and some off-the-wall comments. So please, for your safety and protection of your sanity, don't try this at home.
Yo, what's poppin'? You're listening to The Freak Show, Episode 1. I am your host, Reek the DJ, and I am joined by one of my all-time good friends and co-host, Jersey Boy John. Now in this episode, expect to hear this conversation go all over the place because I kept forgetting what the hell we were even talking about. But that's whatever. F*** with your boy, you're rocking with the realest.
Are you ready?
Surprise, motherfucker.
We're running some studio time already.
Alright. We're recording now.
We recording now?
We're recording now.
No, 3, 2, 1.
Ain't no fucking 3, 2, 1. This isn't the news, John. It's just a podcast. Oh damn! I forgot.
It's too late. It's too late.
Well, I mean, people. I wouldn't put that as like your name. If I was to upload it, I wouldn't put Morris. You know, I mean, people know you, John.
Hey, look, bro, we getting bigger than that though. That's the goal, to get bigger than that.
That is the goal. So, how you been?
Man, I've been alright, man. You know, just working. That's all you can do in this coronavirus pandemic.
Facts. I told you I'm like bullshitting right now.
Man, all I know is you better put this mature with this profanity you using.
You said what?
This better be mature with this profanity you are using.
Oh, I mean, you can say whatever the fuck you want. Who am I to...
All I'm saying is, man...
That's all I'm fucking saying. First fuck... Oh, shit, I didn't even...
Off to a rough start over here. No, he didn't get that one, bro.
Bro, this is literally like... So, alright, this is what I have.
Oh, so we telling stories that have bad endings.
So, I mean... And then I got a boost.
No, there go the bad ending. The 111 sad.
And then I got an applause just in case.
Yeah, victories.
But like, the only thing that I don't have is a drum roll. I don't know why I didn't think about that. But yeah, that's all the effects. So...
Can we get a drum roll, please? Nope. Go ahead and hit me with a womp, because that's what happens.
Fuck you.
Oh, shit.
Alright, so... we was talking about 2020 already.
Yeah, man. Alright, so like, you know, the craziest things for 2020, definitely Kobe Bryant's death, man. Hearing that, John, I was at work. And I'm sitting there, I work by myself, and, you know...
I don't know where the fuck I was for Kobe Bryant's death.
Bro, man, I was...
Or I don't want to say for his death. That shit sound bad.
Dude,
I don't know where I was when I heard that he had passed away.
Right, man, you know, I'm sitting there, and it pops up on my Twitter feed, Twitter news, yada, yada.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, no way. Start Googling. Bro, that don't come out true. I'm seeing my sister post it. My brother's a Lakers fan. They were big Kobe fans. And I'm seeing them like, bro, that's wild. This dude was a hero. And on the ball court for a lot of men, for a lot of kids. And it's like when you put up a shot, Kobe, that was what he was. Dude was an icon in the streets level. Then so to hear Kobe pass was definitely one of the craziest things.
I think the weirdest shit was did you see where they put out like the news or the newspaper article when Kobe passed away and they said something about the coronavirus in the article?
No, I was like when he
never.
I didn't see that.
Well, I gotta show you that. But yeah, they had like Ben said something about this fucking virus.
Oh,
and it was just like treated as whatever.
Oh, okay. So when Kobe had passed, it was
when
like
Kobe had passed away, it was like basically a thing. It hadn't hit us like
it hadn't hit us directly.
Basically.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I don't know. Maybe it did hit us hard, because I mean, when people started like dropping off, it was bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it's so weird to even think like people are still dying, you know, by the thousands even now, you know. But I mean, I don't know. I was pretty fucking scared at first. I'm not even gonna bullshit with you.
The crazy thing to me when I thought about the coronavirus, man,
because we've never lived through no shit like this. Or I mean,
it never hit.
I think we were alive during like SARS, but we weren't old enough to really process what the fuck that even was.
See, I think it's different because like you remember the swine flu scare, the Ebola scare. I think those things were all of this caliber, but it just never hit our shores as hard as it did, as hard as the coronavirus had hit us. And I think that's really the scare. Like we've always heard of other sicknesses coming out there, but we've never had to deal with them in our face. People we've known getting said things like, I never heard of anybody getting like personally getting Ebola. I never heard of nobody personally getting like, I knew swine flu was around, but I never heard nobody personally getting swine flu.
I was about to say we've never, and I think it became like more of a joke to us than anything.
Absolutely.
Before it was even serious.
Until people started dropping, and by the thousands, when deaths started occurring, that's the only time we wanted to take it serious. But by the time it happened, it was all just a joke. It was like, that's not going to happen in the United States. Like, we believe the country's so great, we're impervious to things.
Well, 2020 has already been a joke, so.
Hey, humbled us.
You said what?
Humbled us.
Humbled the fuck out of me. I was supposed to like been started this in maybe February. I think that was okay. So it was definitely a part of my New Year's resolution or whatever. Like I tried to do one of those little bullshit, but I did.
I think
more
everybody failed theirs.
Yeah. Well, dude, this is the thing. Like I remember I put on there something about like DJing at 5 new different places. 5 different venues. Didn't fucking do that. I DJ'd at 1 new place, but other than that, I've just been.
I mean, that's not to go to your fault. We weren't people weren't going out.
I didn't realize until like, honestly, even just now, just thinking about everything that I had written down that I just like did not do by the time that I thought I was. But I mean, it took a lot to even get all this shit. So I mean, I think I got this fucking board in. I think like June. But that was just because I had like a little bit of money to bullshit off of. Facts. But everything else, it was just like, it just took time. I mean, because
if you remember, me and you had actually started working out right before they had shut everything down.
Yeah, and that's so weird.
Yeah, like we were getting into the gym, and I was trying to get my body right. Next thing you know, boom, coronavirus had hit so hard. Gyms were shutting down. Public places were empty. Gas had hit to like $1.13 here, and it was ridiculous because nobody was on the road.
Facts, dude. I love that.
You remember? I work in a factory, and I was still going to work. And I'm telling you, there was no cars on the road. Some of the lights didn't work. You would be in pitch black darkness out there, and nothing else.
That was when I first started at the Dollar General.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go ahead and do that. Since it's my last fucking day there today, go ahead and get that out the fucking way.
Celebration.
Hell yeah. So, I remember when the virus like first hit.
Yes.
First of all, I hated working there because everybody that came in there just kept asking for toilet paper.
Oh, absolutely.
And I mean,
crazy.
Dude, when I tell you, this one dude, I'll never forget, came to the back with me and got pissed off because he couldn't come back there and find like he was looking for a certain brand. I think it was like fucking Cottonelle or some fucking, I don't know. So he tried to walk back there with me, and I noticed that he was like coming back there. So I started walking through the doorway, and he was kind of like right up on me. So I had to turn around and say, hey, you can't come back here. You gotta. And he was like standing there trying to argue with me, like, oh, why can't I come back here? While at the same time like trying to look behind me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, what is that serious?
It did get serious, man. It was nothing on show.
Why the fuck was that I'm dropping a lot of F-bombs.
Hey. When it's your show, you do what you want, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
Balling.
I don't care. I wonder if this thing is fucking recording. To be honest.
If it's not, I want to hear wah.
Alright, we're just gonna pick up from there. Alright, so.
Remember, all the toilet paper was going off the shelves. That's because one person panicked, and then everybody followed that person. Bunch of followers.
Who was the one person?
I mean, whoever the first one was to hear about the coronavirus. That first person ruined it for everybody. I
do wonder, like, what the fuck made everybody just think, like, I need toilet paper.
It could have been, like, how we got those,
I mean, when it's like a bad storm or something like that, people usually go to the store, get milk, bread, and
eggs, right?
Yeah, eggs. Yeah. But it wasn't really like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you, but I feel like the people went to when it went to the toilet paper, it was like a just in case. That one person was like, just in case, you never know. And then he went overboard, and then 6 people saw him do it or her do it. 5 people saw them do it, and it just kind of crazy.
White people.
Right. Well, you gotta remember, man. It's the same people that all flocked for the chicken sandwich.
I don't know. You talking about that Popeyes?
Yeah, I still haven't ate it.
I had that shit once, and that was because somebody bought it for me. I didn't have like shit else to eat, and they was going to Popeyes, and I was just like, fuck it. Like, I guess I'll try it just to see what the fuck it.
I know it's been a while. What you rating it? Was it worth it? Was it worth the hype?
No, it wasn't.
Just a basic regular chicken sandwich that people put so much hype into it. Yeah. Somebody else has said that, and I didn't try it, but it's.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was just because it was new.
Right.
Did you know that Travis Scott had his own deal at McDonald's?
Yeah, that's wild. I'm so glad I don't work there no more.
Why that now? You know what I'm saying? Like, of all the things that you could do, make some like fucking music. I don't know.
I mean, well. He can't make music. You think about all the other artists, they're stuck in homes. There's no really reason to drop new music right now because you can't go put it out in the area, can't go perform.
Why can't you? I feel like right now is definitely the best time for anyone who's like a SoundCloud rapper.
Well, definitely.
I mean, obviously not Travis Scott because, he's far too big. I feel like he definitely got too much hype after Astroworld.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, it was a great album, but...
he's riding it. He's riding that wave.
Yeah, it's kind of like I didn't really care. You know what I'm saying? And then the fucking what's the Hispanic? J Balvin. Yeah,
I seen that one too. But
But he has like a huge fan base.
He does.
Like, I don't know.
Because his music, a little bit
Spanish music.
Yeah, exactly. It's worldwide, basically. But I think, that man Travis Scott, he definitely milking the Astro World fame with the Fortnite concert and all of that. Like. We've seen musicians such as Drake, at a high time peaking. They've stuck to what they've done. So, it's great to see him expand and get the bread any way he can.
I definitely, I don't know. I wouldn't, were you comparing him to Drake?
No, I'm not so much as comparing his style or his work or his, accolades to Drake, but in terms of Drake is one of the most successful MCs in the game currently, period, all time. But we never heard, we don't see the Drake concert in Fortnite. We didn't see the Drake get his own meal. It's more like Drake's fame is just on his own stuff, and it's big, it's huge. He doesn't need nothing else to boast him up. He's not doing special Fortnite concerts. He'll pop up here and there and do special stuff, but that's it.
Maybe it just might be a good move marketing wise.
Exactly.
McDonald's, Fortnite is kind of like those are two things that
Majors.
People aren't gonna. That would be like teaming up with like Grand Theft Auto. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
But does Drake need that market though?
He doesn't. He's already too big.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying as far as like in Travis Scott's case, it's. I don't know. I wouldn't have done the McDonald's deal. Probably just. It just seems kind of out there to me. Fortnite is. I could understand that. I could definitely see that.
That Fortnite actually go with a little harder on that one because you got to remember a lot of kids listen to Travis Scott. A lot of them love his music, so for him to hop on the Fortnite scheme too.
The kids, some of my boys was literally watching that concert as if it was like an actual thing. I'm like, dude.
I still haven't even seen a clip of it.
I just don't play video games that much, so
I'm a huge gamer. Still ain't seen a clip of it.
I don't know. I couldn't do it. Did you know that T.I. and Jeezy?
Oh, they're a little jump.
We're about to
have a versus match.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put it on record. I'm going for T.I.
Okay, I was about to say.
I'm going for T.I.
I don't think and I seen somebody say I would have much rather seen Jeezy against Gucci. Gucci would have in a versus battle. He would definitely fuck Jeezy up.
But I think Jeezy was before us. I think Jeezy was.
He was not before us.
But I think I think when Jeezy when Gucci first came out, his street tapes. That's what we were listening to. I don't think we. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Gucci. When Gucci first came out, we listened to his street tapes. I don't think we were listening to Jeezy's first tapes.
I'm pretty sure Jeezy came out after Gucci.
Did he really?
Let me see.
Because I don't know. Because if he did, then you're absolutely right. I thought Jeezy was much older than that in the rap game.
How long has Jeezy been rapping?
I ain't gonna man put a debut mixtape.
Did you see the how long has Jeezy been married? What the fuck?
Hey, I told you.
Did you see the meme somebody had made of like all the old pictures of T.I. with his hat cocked to the side, and it was like if T.I. pull up to the versus battle like this, you might as well tell Jeezy to pack his bag.
Right.
All right, let's see. Oh shit, no, he's definitely been out. It says from 1997.
That's what I'm saying. I thought Jeezy was much older, like, and we might not mess with his earlier music as hard as what the other people had done. That's why I think T.I. was a great choice for him in terms of a versus. But I do think T.I. is going to win it. Yeah. I think T.I. had the better. I think T.I. had the better hits, the better rap career.
I was about to say he definitely had the most success, but I don't know. That might be pretty close. But then it's more like, here's my thing: is Jeezy had a lot of features,
yes,
that made him kind of like. Do you really think "Put On" would have been great if Kanye West wasn't on it? Like, yeah, okay, that was a really good song, but
you're right.
If you really look at the whole entire track list that they had, like between the two, he had a lot more features than
a lot of help on his verses. But it's tough. Like, can you name like 3 artists, no features, that would excel? I can only get 2. I can only give you 2, and it would be Drake and J. Cole.
Yeah,
it like guaranteeing you, I could get a
probably Kendrick, but I mean, I can only listen to so much Kendrick Lamar. I'm sorry, I can't.
Man, I know it's
just
long.
Something about like his style.
I like his style, and I know it's so long ago, but I still don't believe Kendrick deserved that. What is it, a Grammy, over on his album of the year? I think he only got that because
I didn't know he had a Grammy.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, actually I did know that.
Yeah, it's for the album of the year. It was I think it was the Pimp a Butterfly versus 2014 Forest Hills Drive. Those were the two front runners, and I think he only got it because the West Coast icons, like Dre, Snoop Dogg, all of them endorsed Kendrick during that time. Was like, yo, he's the new kid of the West Coast. He's gonna be the king of the West Coast of the future.
I would much rather listen to YG. And I know that they have 2 completely different styles of rapping, but I would definitely listen to YG if we're talking about like West Coast.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's so weird when it comes to like West Coast rappers.
But what's crazy to me? I didn't know Tyler the Creator was from California.
Yeah, and that motherfucker was rich. He was rich as a bitch.
And I didn't expect that rap style. When you say that, I didn't really expect that rap style to be. That's where he came. That's from where he's coming from.
You want to talk about a fucking debut? That motherfucker made a debut with Yonkers.
Yeah.
Even though that wasn't like his first song. That was like
right.
The first one. I remember we was in like 9th or 10th grade when that shit first came out. Dude, I got so freaked out by the music video, and somehow just like that made me listen to more of his music, even though I'm definitely a Christian. It
was compelling though. Like that early like around, what was it, 2011ish, Tyler Creator.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 2011, 2012. We had just gotten to Magna Vista, so
yeah, like all that. It's crazy to see his music evolve actually. Like you listen to what was the album?
Goblin. I think that was the first.
I can't.
I think that one had Yonkers on it.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely know what you're talking about. I don't know his fucking album.
Yeah, but you listen to you listen to that Goblin, and then you compare it to his album that just won him a Grammy, or Igor. 2 totally different rap styles.
Was that the one where you had like the blonde wig?
I don't recall, but it was it came out last summer, I want to say.
Did you see the the cipher that he did on Funk Flex, where he Hold up, let me show you.
I think I know what you're talking about.
This shit was fucking hilarious. I don't know if
I think I know what you're talking about.
I don't know if I can play it for the microphone because
Yeah, copyrights.
well, I mean, it's not like a freestyle. I just want to go to the weird part.
He like just looked at that man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Damn, all these videos are just like.
Y'all just got a 3-hour interview.
I'm about to just like skip through it.
Get with all your niggas and get.
Look, I can't find it.
But back to like the original points. I think T.I. gonna body Jeezy in the versus battle.
Yeah, that was definitely not it.
I can't remember. I don't think I can put somebody against Gucci Man in a versus battle. I don't know. I can't think of a good versus for him. Like where he's not either outclassing him or someone's not,
Wayne.
Wayne? I don't think Gucci's on Wayne's level.
He's not on his level as far as
You would have to pull up a Wayne versus Jay-Z for me. That we're talking about two goats.
I don't know.
What-
I hate. Well, this is also. I mean, this is me just thinking like outside the box of what I feel like my favorite rappers or who I feel like my favorite rappers are.
I could see that. But as far as I think that's a fan possibility. One of my biggest critiques on us as fans is how we treat women in the music industry. Like we can never have.
Yeah, it's
we
so
can't.
weird.
We can't have We can't have more than 4 women rappers being great. As soon as
That's true.
As soon as we had Nicki Minaj, like growing up, my time, we had Nicki Minaj. Then it was any time a woman rapper challenged her for her throne, or was just relevant enough to be in a conversation with her, the fans had to attack her, tear her down. Like I'm not gonna say Iggy Azalea.
Like who?
Like I'm not gonna say she was. I'm not gonna say she was.
Bullshit.
I'm not gonna say she was as big as her, but you remember they had that little beef too, because Iggy Azalea had one good year.
Okay, she had one good year.
Yeah,
one
but you
good song.
Yeah, but you remember they attacked her too.
What was the What the fuck was it? Was it That is the girl you talk about. The girl that made the "I'm So Fancy" song, right? I think Iggy Azalea was in that song.
I think she was the feature of that one.
Maybe. What the fuck has Iggy Azalea even made?
I haven't heard nothing recently, but think about when Cardi B hit the scene.
You weren't gonna. I mean, once Bodak Yellow hit, that was kind of like
Bodak Yellow.
You weren't gonna be that. Oh, she was in the song "Problem" with Ariana Grande.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Blackwood. Oh well, I mean, she do.
Yeah, she
Kind of got.
she's got some radio tunes. I don't think none's gonna.
It's more like features.
Yeah, and I don't think none of them's gonna win any no awards, but she's got some radio tunes. But Bodak Yellow, amazing song. Cardi B, amazing artist. But we pitted them against each other immediately. I think their beef started more with the fanship and the mental of the fans than anything.
Well, I mean, it can obviously become something just through social media.
Exactly.
I mean, here's the thing. It's so weird. I feel like the come up of Cardi B just because she was just like a stripper some years ago.
Then she got on the Love and Hip Hop, so she had a little bit of clout.
I'm pretty sure she was still stripping even when she was on Love and Hip Hop.
but she had a way into the industry though.
Definitely.
Like we was talking about how it's hard to get into the music industry. Right. She had it in. There's been a lot of people on Love and Hip Hop who haven't made it successful.
I feel like that's still. I mean, going back to what I'm like trying to say as far as rapping being probably the hardest thing that you can do. How do you look at someone? Because just think about how many strippers then probably tried to rap, or you know what I'm saying?
We pull up a SoundCloud.
I'm pretty sure every stripper's first entrepreneur, thought isn't, oh, I'm gonna strip for money. You know what I'm saying? It has to be some like, oh, at least let me try to start a business.
Yeah, the stripping thing came later when he was like, yo, it was especially modern day. Then they jumped straight to stripping, but back then it was back like when we were growing up through high school. What you mean, like jumping into stripping?
I'm talking about like as far as women.
Like
jumping into stripping. I don't think that's like the first entrepreneur thing that they are thinking about.
I mean,
I heard you say he. I was like, whoa, what?
No. If I say I ain't mean it. But if
Oh damn, it didn't work. Oh, it turned down.
But you know,
Still pressed the wrong fucking one.
what I mean, like take for example, OnlyFans.
I would.
Like it's not stripping, but now look the craze at it. So
I mean,
think
it could be stripping. If
I
you're
mean-
on there stripping, then it's stripping.
well, exactly. But think how more open that is to it. So you can say a lot of people didn't think about entrepreneurship when we were growing up, but now OnlyFans is so acceptable. It's getting money. It's getting a lucrative income. It's stripping OnlyFans / may be a first idea thing.
OnlyFans is a very weird concept to me. I would definitely well, I don't know how OnlyFans work. I wouldn't make one. I would definitely subscribe if it was just like you paid and could get like access to just anybody that you wanted. You know, if it was just like like a Netflix. You know? But I'm not about to pay $15 for every
one shorty.
individual girl. No, I would. I mean, I'm not gonna go broke, but I would definitely have to spend a lot.
What you think about, your girl or
Fuck no.
or a girl you was interested in
Fuck
starting up in
no.
OnlyFans? What about a girl you was interested in starting up in OnlyFans?
And I'm trying to like date her.
Yes.
No.
So once you get an
Well, I mean, I
OnlyFans,
know-
you're canceled. Like not in terms of like you, but in terms of like in like personal, like she got OnlyFans, I can't fuck with her no more.
Not. I could definitely still talk to her and fool around with her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
we
but
still-
you can that can never be your girlfriend. Like you can never bring her home to
It
mother.
would just have to take like years, and you would have to stop the OnlyFans shit. Like, come on, you gotta.
But you
gotta be
are you gonna
fair.
pay her bills after that? Stopping the OnlyFans because that's obvious. That's probably a big source of income. We're talking about
I mean, I'm pretty sure if porn stars can manage with their
Relationships?
yeah, then I mean, it's really nothing. That's more like how you feel towards that person. I feel like,
I feel you. That's the thing about it to me. Like, I don't know if I essentially care about,
But would I go for a girl? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
You
With
good?
an OnlyFans? Nope.
Nah. Like, I don't know. I think it's tough because, like, would you be okay with your girl just starting an OnlyFans?
No. Fuck no.
So,
But, like, we're already in the relationship and she's trying to start one?
yeah.
Fuck no. Why? Why would I?
So you're not going for a girl that's in an OnlyFans or one that's going to start up an OnlyFans with you. So basically, what you're saying, if she has an OnlyFans, she's off the table.
As far as being serious right now, yeah. I mean, but here's the thing, though. The reason why I say that, and I know it sounds just like, oh, well, that's very... I mean, it comes from a very biased position, but... I don't know, dog. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got an insecurity. I'm not about to be at work thinking like, oh, damn.
And that's what I was about to say. I don't feel like, that's something wrong to say that, you got a problem with an OnlyFans.
Oh, even if it was wrong.
Facts.
I'm gonna be honest with you,
But people like what they like. You may not want your girl out there, all her goodies out there. And, women don't want their man probably with all his goodies out there in the same
Well,
sentence.
I mean, I feel like it's almost just... It's like with doing anything else. I mean... entrepreneur wise, you know what I'm saying? If you become a rapper, okay, well now you have to get used to people knowing you as this other person, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not just, oh, this is, this motherfucker who grew up on the block. Now he's a rapper and he wants to be known as whatever, and you have to, I guess, manifest that in the best way that you can. I guess the same with OnlyFans. I mean, okay, same with DJing, I couldn't think of a good DJ name, so I just said, fuck it, Reek the DJ it is, Yeah. And now it's just like, I mean, I don't necessarily, it's not like, oh, I'm playing a gimmick or something like that. Like, obviously, OnlyFans, you're not, hopefully, just like this sexual person all day, like whoever you are on OnlyFans or whatever the fuck you do on OnlyFans, hopefully you're not doing that all day. But, I mean, I feel like it's just what society has made of being already, I mean, because here's the thing, when you become a porn star, you already have to think, all right, there are a lot of guys who would talk to you, but not a lot of guys would date you. You know what I'm saying? So to make an OnlyFans, you're already not even a big porn star. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of just like, you're just a local porn star, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Call it whatever the fuck you want. And I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's just however you look at it. You just got to look at it from two different dynamics. But that's also why I feel like I'm okay with the fact that I couldn't be with someone, because I mean I'm able to look at it from the perspective of like, all right, I understand you're doing this for money, or you know you're doing it because you got a nice body, or you know what I'm saying. Like if you can make money off your body,
yourself, exactly.
Yeah, fuck it. You know what I'm saying. Like if I ever just hit rock bottom, absolute rock bottom, and you know I somehow was just back in magical wrestling, you know, shape, then I would definitely consider maybe being a male stripper if it was to ever get that bad. Hopefully, you know, God forbid.
On record, I ever get a Greek god body, I'm going male stripping. I'm on record.
I just wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want my mom to have to live with that. I feel like it's the same with people who are like drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like once you already
dive into the world.
Yeah, it's like people now know you for this, you know. So even when you stop, it's like, well, that motherfucker did sell me a bag of weed one time, you know. Like,
hey,
but I mean, you do have that, you know. People are gonna judge you after that. You know what I'm saying? After you do it,
but you're gonna be judged for everything.
Exactly, which is why this is the perfect time to not give a fuck. First of all, I mean, and this is also what goes into me making this podcast is like, in a world where everybody is making OnlyFans accounts and becoming rappers and starting businesses and selling eyelashes and fucking, you know, whatever else, why not, you know, be like, all right, I got a podcast, you know, okay, I'm a DJ, whatever the fuck, you know?
Add to the industry.
I've been doing this. Kind of. But, I don't know. OnlyFans is it's a step, but do you see it taking away porn?
Absolutely not.
I mean porn sites, not like actual porn.
No, absolutely not. Because like you said, you're not paying $15 for one person.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you can find a site and literally find like X amount of women or men, whichever you're into.
Did you know that Cardi B had one?
And OnlyFans?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know. I couldn't do it.
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie to you. You probably could Google you probably could find pictures from her old stripper days, for real.
Well, a picture of her got leaked on her Instagram. It was like her titty.
Yeah.
And,
I saw tweets about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I saw the picture, but it wasn't like, it didn't look like good. She looked very drunk, you know, so it was just like, and I think she went on later on to say like, it was supposed to be sent to Offset, or it was supposed to be for something else, and she didn't realize that she was posting it. I don't know.
I also feel like it's a cover up because you know, I don't think her account's private. I feel like kids can look her up too.
Her Instagram account, yeah. Of course, it's not private.
Exactly. So
I don't think when you're famous you can have like.
Exactly. But
well, I mean, you probably can, but it's not a good idea.
I feel like it's a publicity stunt. You know, even though what she raps about, I still don't think you can just publicly put your nudity out there. So I think that's a publicity to say Offset did it. You said she looked drunk. I think Cardi B is the realest person that you can, one of the realest people you can finally meet. Like, you know, doesn't care about, you know, what you think of her in terms of real. And I think she probably could, back in her day, definitely would have did something like that anyway. But couldn't do it now, modern day, now that she has an image. You know, that she's still for.
I feel like her image is more of just like not caring now.
It is, but we live in a country where it's super kid friendly. Like
it's so weird how WAP blew up, but like we didn't had Lil Kim, we didn't had Trina, all these other female rappers who then talked about, you know, just the most absurd shit happening to them, you know, and it's like, why didn't y'all pick up on this? You know, it's
times change. You know,
there's no fucking times changes.
What you
People
mean?
normalized that sexual.
Well, women been rapping like that, but it was like, you know, it wasn't okay for it wasn't really okay for women to rap like that. Like even women were downplaying women who rap like that, who supported that. I feel like also
a lot of past female artists have been more like, I mean, Cardi B is very hood, but I could see how her image would be one that would turn into like a pop type of, you know, thing instead of like being more hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, I could definitely see how her image turned into, same with like, okay, Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? Like she has some songs that would be considered just like huge pop songs, you know, like they did great on the pop chart, but on a hip hop chart, you're not even cutting it close. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
Which is why I feel like a lot of artists, a lot of rappers do transition into like that pop type of culture, because it's a lot easier. Also, I feel like
Yeah,
for like
pop.
radio hits to.
Catchy tunes,
Yeah,
a good
I mean, and
chorus.
that's really why
couple-
anybody makes that. You
yeah,
know
a
what
couple-
I'm saying?
yeah,
Obviously,
feature.
the money from
Yeah.
getting that exposure. But I don't know. They should have never normalized being a hoe, or.
I don't agree with that. You gotta think about it. Men been rapping about how they was dogging women out, kicking them to the curb.
Well,
And so now we got a problem because a woman's doing it.
well, I don't have a problem with it. I don't care necessarily, but once you normalize it, then anything that comes with that is going to be okay. Like they made a Netflix whatever.
That was a tragedy.
Yeah,
That shouldn't
you
have
seen
happened.
That. And it's
I
kind of
saw-
like, okay, they I mean, it was like right after I think the song WAP that came out.
yeah, bad
But-
timing on that one too.
But why would you come out with that anyways? Who's asking for this? Who's
Right? Who?
in high demand for?
And I on previous I sat there and said that we became a kid friendly spot, but that right there was over the top. Like I get we were trying to, I get like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Those voices of women shouldn't be, we shouldn't condemn them because, like I said, men have been doing it. But like I said, the world as a whole, it's really kid friendly, bro. You grew up watching WWE. Favorite wrestler, John Cena. Man, can't even say F you. Took his F you away. It was the attitude adjustment when it was all said and done.
Yeah, but I feel like that's more of like, I mean, that's probably more of just for company image. Not,
Yeah, because because the audience was targeted was for kids. So like, I feel like it's tough for me to sit here and say the little girls couldn't be doing it because not to say I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna support that. I don't agree with it.
Oh fuck no, I never.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. But I don't have a problem with women saying that they want to be like, not to say they want to be like Cardi B, but just be like I feel like Cardi B. Like I align with Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Let me use Megan. So I just feel like that to me is not a problem. Like if you tell me Megan Thee Stallion is your role model and you're like a 13-year-old little girl,
Right.
I don't really have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it at all. Megan Thee Stallion's successful black woman, going for her to college. I'm assuming she's still in college, getting her degree. She's making money in her rap game, and if she's making money, off of the sexualization of her body, it's just.
I wonder if she has an OnlyFans. I would probably subscribe to that.
You would subscribe to Megan Thee Stallion's OnlyFans?
I don't know. That's too much. But like, here's my thing. The type of girl that I'm into, I just don't like all that ass. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like it. But it's just like I don't need it. You know what I mean? That's more. It's almost the same with like girls with big boobs.
Facts.
It's like, all right, it's real nice to look at.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, you can do more with an ass than boobs, but it's kind of still just like this can only take you but so far with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I can find another one of these. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely a mature channel. Kids not watching this one.
I don't care. I don't care.
But I understand what you're saying, and when it comes to women in general, I don't really have a preference on body shape. Body shape, body skin, what you do with your hair. None of that really.
I definitely have a preference though. I mean,
and like, I don't think I really do. I don't care what's the color of your skin.
oh no, I mean, I'm not saying like as
no.
far as
I'm
race.
talking about like I don't care what the color of your skin is. Like some people like they prefer white women. You may not be racist to black people, or you like they prefer black girls.
I
May
think
not
that's
be
the
racist.
dumbest shit ever.
May not. I mean, I'm not gonna judge you. What you like is what you like.
Well, I mean, I've been kind of like all over the spectrum. I've had a white girl, I've had a Hispanic, I've had a black girl.
Yes,
I mean,
yes. All three really popular in the area.
I guess Asian would be next. I don't know.
Hey, I'm going
I
Middle East.
gotta get something crazy next.
I'm going Middle Eastern. That's my next one. I want to find.
Like that. About to get one of them zombie girls off Wrong Turn.
That's
About to go to
wild.
West Virginia. I think that was the movie's name. I'm about to get me a
Oh,
hillbilly. That's the hell I'm about to get. That's what's next. Nah, but I don't know. I definitely feel like I have a preference as far as just what I'm into. Now, here's the thing. If you're a cute girl, if you're a beautiful girl,
yeah.
okay, I'll be able to tell that face-wise, but I'm not just like attracted to every cute face, or you know what I'm saying? It's like
me really is more of a the only thing like physical preference that if I see that I know like I'm attracted to her is the smile, it's the teeth. That's the first thing I'm looking at you. If I look into a woman, that's the first thing. I don't care what color your skin is, what color your eyes are, how long your hair is. They'll just add. The teeth is the main attraction to me. Your body shape, that doesn't come into play with me. It's really the teeth.
I don't know.
I mean,
like here's my thing. I'm not gonna obviously like
bash
anybody. I'm not gonna fat shame anybody.
We're not fat shaming, skinny shaming, average woman
me
looking
personally,
shaming.
I don't care. And I'm like I said, I'll tell any girl, if she's beautiful, she's beautiful. It doesn't matter how big she is or all that. But I don't tend to go for girls who are bigger. But that's more so just me being a guy who, if I'm in shape, do I not at least deserve to be able to say I want a girl who's, even if she's not just like in shape, I don't want no girl that's fucking cock diesel like abs and shit, you know what I'm saying? But at least a girl that I know is like taking.
You should match lifestyles. You shouldn't have contradicting lifestyles. That's gonna be a problem anyway.
Yeah,
later down
that's
the road.
the thing. It's like
I don't
I've
think that's an
definitely
issue.
been with a lot of like girls who are lazy, or like, okay, even when I was in college and I would go work out. I'm not telling you wake up and work out when I work out, but
yes.
If you don't do anything throughout the entire day but go to your 2-3 classes, you know what I'm saying? And I'm doing the same thing, but I got practice right after that, and then I'm working out on my own after that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to say you're kind of gonna end up becoming like, especially in college, there wasn't really like a time where I could make a female like the main priority. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's kind of where that comes in. Like, it's just like with liking girls who watch anime. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, there are a lot of girls who think that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't watch it, but you know what I'm saying? Say there are guys out there who, and even some of our boys, they love anime and they'll watch that shit like it's,
I watch it.
Well, and that's the thing is I just can't get into it. You know what I'm saying? I can't understand it. It's so much shit to fucking understand, and I just don't want to. It's so much to understand, and I already said that. And I feel like I would have to be catching up at this point.
Essentially for a lot of them, but I don't. It's like a lot of things. Like life is never something. You're too late to start something. And that's just not in general with you being an anime fan.
I don't have the patience to get into all that. I mean, I've seen like a list of all the animes that it's good to get into before you get into like certain ones or whatever. It's almost like watching all the Marvel and DC movies. Like you should watch this in this order.
Yeah.
But even then, I can't follow all those movies.
I'm with you on that. Like, to me, honestly, like
I feel like I just can't sit through it. Is my biggest thing.
Like I've watched all the Marvel movies. But those are like a one-time watch. You can watch them again if it happens to occur. For me, anyway, like I'm not a big movie fan. I don't want to sit still for 2 hours.
I'm not even a big like TV person, which is why like I have all this shit. It's kind of just like once I start watching TV, it has to be something that I actually want to watch, or something that I feel like I probably should watch just for educational purposes, whatever.
Right. Outside of anime, there's only like one show I keep up with and watch. And that's Blacklist. Other than that,
I don't watch it. What is that on Netflix?
Yeah.
No, I don't watch that.
Yeah, outside of Blacklist, it's really either I'm either at work.
Yeah.
Or I'm either at work playing a game, and then there's anime. That's it.
Dude, that's why I'm quitting this fucking Dollar General job. When I tell you this has been, I don't think I've ever had a job that's made me mentally just like check out every single day. And I can't even exaggerate it.
What you mean by check out?
I'm talking about a fucking Dollar General. Like, not like anything. We're talking about a retail store. I mean, like mentally, like physically, something would happen every single day that would just make me, just either want to explode or it would make me feel like, I just cannot keep doing this shit. And I mean,
so it's a daily you hitting your limit easily like that too. So it's like,
and here's the thing. So when I went to the Dollar General that I'm working at, when I actually applied, I did it more so just I really didn't want to work there. The virus had first hit, and the radio station that I was working at had shut down. The country bar that I was DJing had shut down, and I just needed to find some work, you know.
Yeah.
So I went and applied there, and I think maybe. Well, here's the thing. I take that back. I don't want to say every single day, because at first, when I first started working, I was part time. So I mean, in 4 hours that I was working there, you know, I wasn't. Nothing would happen, you know, that would make me feel like, all right, well, this shit fucking sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just the 4 hours. But now, when I switched over to being a manager, oh my god, dude, you would have thought like, I mean, well, first of all, here's the thing: working in the mornings, when I was just part time, was a lot easier than working at night when the crackheads start coming in, and it's like, I mean, we can't tell you get out, y'all are customers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I got stories for fucking days. When I tell you, like, this Dollar General has, it's shown me so much shit that I probably, like, didn't need to know about people who tweak on drugs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know, I guess it's a learning experience, I guess, but, like, I remember, okay, so, you can usually tell when people, as soon as they come in, they'll like come in doing some off the wall shit. Like they'll stop at the fucking door and then, you know what I'm saying, look at you, and I mean, they already look like they stole some shit, you know, before they even walked in. They'll look at you and, you know, just start fucking, I don't know, looking around all stupid, and then they'll like start walking back and forth outside the store.
Real anxious.
Yeah, and it's like, this is before they even hit the second double doors that you gotta walk in, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like,
Yeah.
they just fucking making the first set of automatic doors just go crazy, you know. One dude, he came in and he was with two other people, and the other two people that he was with, they looked like they were off some shit. And I mean, I say crackheads, and I mean like meth and yeah,
Hard.
vicious shit. Yeah. So the other two people that the guy was with, they look like, you know, they were off some shit too, but they was probably just controlling it a little bit better. Well, this guy, so I was in the back stocking, and when you're in the back and you're stocking, you know, you're just like constantly walking past aisles, so you know, you can just like look down. This guy was on one aisle. He seen me. He was at the very other end of the aisle. He seen me, and I'm like walking, you know, past the aisles or whatever. And as I'm walking past the aisles, I can see him like just fucking darting through every single one that I'm going past. And all right, so it scared the shit out of me, first of all, because I'm walking around with an AirPod in, and I mean, when I only have this ear to really listen for like any outside noise, you know what I'm saying? Everything that like starts coming up on me is like,
Yeah.
you know, I feel like I gotta jump or I gotta, you know, react quick. So I'm cutting up the box, you know, I'm putting up the shit. And all of a sudden, I just hear like running, coming up to where, and I hear like keys jangling, you know. So I turn around. This motherfucker ran all the way up on me. I mean, like planted his feet perfectly on the ground, and was like, "Hey man, you think I could talk to y'all as a store manager about a job position?" Dog, when I tell you, and I have my mask on. I don't know if he could tell that I was smiling up underneath, because the first thing that came to my mind was, why the fuck would you come in here tweaked out thinking that you about to get a job application, first of all? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't even go in the back and print that bitch off for you.
Damn,
you know what I'm
he can't get the application, just another tip.
I told him, come back tomorrow. The store manager will be here then. And when I tell you he ran the fuck off, that's the shit that really got me. And then when they was up at the register, so like, I wasn't running the register that night, but I made sure that it's certain people that, I mean, when they are up at the register, I make sure that I just find a bullshit reason to go up there just so I can watch them, and, you know, just to make sure that whoever is up on the register, because I'm the only guy that works in there and I'm the only black guy, go figure. But I mean, that's kind of like, just more so what I do. Because, I mean, if anything pops off and I'm in the back, they up there by themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't know what these people
Safety
come in
precaution.
there.
You can't trust nobody.
Right. And you don't know what these people got on them. You don't know.
Right. Especially around, like, at night, you about to
Yeah, and I'm walking
shit.
around with a fucking orange box cutter. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, that's really going to stop a motherfucker.
Might as well just punch him.
Exactly, bro. And so, I mean, they came up to the register, and by the time, the other people that he was with, was done shopping, he was like, I don't know, I guess he was okay coming down from it or what, because he was just like standing there just staring off, and I don't know what phase of the high that was, but I don't know, man. I couldn't do it. I could not fucking do it. There was this one girl who, and this is like really the worst that I would say I had to deal with, because I actually like had to deal with the entire thing. It wasn't like, just a customer coming up with a bullshit question or something like that. So this girl came in, and she's shopping, and usually people who are crackheads or whatever, they don't tend to go down aisles like the laundry detergent. They'll go like the dollar aisle and start like going through all the little random like bullshit. But what they're doing is they're stealing shit, taking it out the box and putting the box behind all the random ass bullshit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like it looks a lot, it can blend in, as opposed to if I'm going straight down the laundry aisle and I see like a little open box, you know what I'm saying? And this ain't a thing of laundry detergent, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to all this random ass shit. If I see this little box, it might be a busted ass box, so
Yeah.
I don't know that it's necessarily been broken into. You just gotta feel for it.
Yeah.
So this girl in particular, almost kind of like the same deal. I was doing stock, and as I'm walking by, every time I walk by, she's like, whatever she was holding, she'll like put it down and like kind of like look up at me, and my thing is this: I'm not gonna stop you if you stealing. I don't get paid enough to fucking I don't get paid enough to be in that situation in the first fucking place. You know what I'm saying? And they get mad, or would get mad, like if you would walk by an aisle and would suspect somebody of stealing and you just didn't say shit. Fuck. You say something then, you know what I'm saying? If you feel like they stealing, you say something. I don't. Hey, my name Bennett. I ain't in it.
I used to work. Yeah, I used to work at a shoe retailer spot. And they used to be like, "Yo, watch that customer."
I
they
remember.
Yeah, they gonna like watch that.
I was working at two different ones at the same time.
Two different. What was it? Rack room and shoe department.
Did I ever tell you about when I had to leave there? The owner told me like you don't work hard enough to like deserve better or to get better.
Yeah.
Because I told her that I left because I had a different job and it was a better position, honestly. Well, I don't know. Looking back on it now, and I'll tell you about that later. But
I think I remember this story. I think cause remember we both work at shoe spots at the same time.
Well, I told her the day literally before I was supposed to clock in, that I had to quit. But here was the thing: I was really only working there in between, like, holidays.
Yeah.
When I was in college.
Yeah,
and,
for school, when you were off school, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, this was like a week that, after a while, I wasn't on the schedule that much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Obviously, once I went off to school, they had to hire more people. So when I graduated, I was getting like 1 day a week, and this is a part-time job. Yeah, so they can put you on for whatever, but come on now, 1 day, that's a waste of my damn time. So I went ahead and applied for other jobs. Well, they wanted me to come in the same day that I was supposed to work at Rack Room. Told the manager, and I mean, I knew it was going to be like a bad, mess. I knew I was going to get some form of like attitude, just because I was texting her literally on a day's notice that, hey, I can't come in anymore and I got to quit,
Right.
But and this is the stupid fucking thing about it. She was asking me, oh, well, can you come in like at all, like any this week? And I was telling her, no. I don't know what to tell you, And so I tried to tell her that. I was like, I'm sorry, I just had to like find something, in my major or like something in my field, and I just had to find a better position. And she was like, you can't find better when you already do the bare minimum. And I was, well, here's the thing. I called the store because I texted her back and she had blocked my number. And just the time that it took me try and like send a response, she had blocked my fucking number. And I was like, hell no. Fuck no. She won't get out of that shit. So I called the store, and there was a guy who was working. And he said, Rack Room, my name is... And before he could even get his name out, I was like, yo, tell... well, I'm not going to say her name. But I was like, yo, tell the woman...
Jane Doe.
Yeah, you a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can kiss my fucking ass. Like, you're not about to talk to me. Like it was bad, bro.
Man.
And then the assistant manager called me, and I cussed her out. And she tried to be like, I don't care if you're... you can cuss all you want. I'm not scared of you. I said, I don't fucking care if you're scared of me. Like, oh my goodness, bro.
That's crazy. Cause
I went the fuck off.
I didn't leave my shoe place in that same fashion.
That was probably the worst that I've ever had to.
Mine was...
Other than just no showing places.
mine was kind of funny, man. I was on the way back from school, right. And they called me. I'm literally like, I had my work clothes in my car. I was gonna change at the place, and they called me. At this point in time, I'm fed up with the place. I'm sick of it. I hate retail. Hate going in there. I hate the way they treat me. Like, I'd rather be at fast food. I left there and went to fast food. Went back to work at fast food.
Yeah, I remember that actually.
Yeah, because retail was horrible.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, and one of the store assistant managers calls me, and it's her and the store manager there. I don't mind the store manager. Hated this assistant manager. Absolutely despised her. She was lazy. She didn't do anything. Like, one of the four major people who worked there. Like, I got hours.
This motherfucker still recording. You can keep talking.
Yeah, I got major hours there. Like, I would work still around like 36 hours there as a part-time employee. And
shit, it's going.
Huh?
I said it's going.
Oh, and I would work major. I would still work major hours, but I didn't want to be there. And like, it was the store manager, assistants. It was two other assistant managers. One of the assistant managers was around my age, real cool, worked hard and everything. The other one was above our age.
Was it all females that worked there?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
that's how it was with
no other.
Rack Room, so
Don't
feel bad.
It was all women, and there was only two black. It was only two black. Two of us were black. Me and the other assistant store manager that I actually liked.
That's so wild, because when I started there, eventually I was the only black guy. Like, there was one older guy. His name was Mac, but I don't know if he had something wrong with him or if he just like retired. I don't know. And then there was this other woman. I forgot what her name was, but yeah, she didn't work there too much longer.
Let me take that back. When I first started, I started with this one girl, but she didn't work long because she ended up getting a new job. There was another black woman who she came periodically whenever, because she was in school. She taught at school or something. It was like a side job. Right. But on this specific day, on this one day, and then I quit the next. On this day, we're doing inventory. So they got three managers and me. Right. I could run the register. I could do everything. Only thing I couldn't do was returns. I had to get a manager for that.
Yeah, I think that was like the only thing that I couldn't do.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, so I had to get a manager for that. So when we get trucked and we're unloading these new shoes to go into the walls, restock the wall up. I handled the men's side. The other black girl manager handled the women's side. She's working with the heels. I'm working with the men boots. Lady comes, I need assistance. I go up there, I get to her first. She says she's making a return. So I go in the back. I know the store manager's back there handling, punching numbers, yada yada. I go in the back and get the other manager who's supposed to be running the floor while we're rolling stuff. I go to the back. She's telling the store manager a story about her kid newborn. I'm like, hey, Jane.
Well, damn, John, let her talk about her kid.
Nah, that's not the problem. I said, hey, Jane Doe. I said,
Hey, Jane Doe. I like how you like remembering to do that.
I said, hey, Jane Doe. There's a return up front. She looks at me straight first, like I had interrupted the most amazing time they were having. This big smile and ha he. Right. And goes, Megan's out there and women's rolling. I said her name, but I was like,
I mean, I can bleep it out later.
Yeah, but I said,
I'm probably gonna do that for a lot of these F-bombs too.
So I went from looking at assistant store manager to looking at store manager, look like back and forth, like, is this acceptable? Yeah, right. And the assistant store manager looked at me like, yeah, she's in women's rolling heels. I said, okay. Walked out of there. Jane Doe was leaving literally an hour later, maybe 30 minutes, like within that hour.
Right. So she's bullshitting.
Yeah, not doing anything. So I go over there to my black female manager, and I'm like, hey, there's a return up front. Don't worry. I tried to get Jane Doe. Jane Doe was sitting there talking in the back with her kid, and she said, you do it. Black female manager looked at me.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Bruh, she said, are you serious? I said, I'm absolutely serious. You think I'd have came over and stopped you from rolling?
Right, yeah.
And just to come, I was like, I went up there to talk to him. I was like, this is what they did. She's even back in there talking to the store manager, and she told me to go get you too. I quit 1 week. I quit that next day. Black store manager quit 2 weeks later. So, because after I left, like, we was like a balance to each other. Like, while all them people were BSing and was like bad work environment, we were chilling.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. With this Dollar General, there is no. I don't have any type of like relationship with anybody that's
good
like,
coworkers make bad jobs better.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is like, okay, if first of all, I seen a Confederate flag on one of my managers' keychain, which. I mean, she didn't always gave me respect, so you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I mean, as
but it
long
still
as you
sets
don't,
a bad vibe.
Yeah, especially right now. But it's just
you're gonna avoid certain topics with them, and you're gonna avoid lifestyle questions that come across.
Right.
them.
Yeah. And here's the thing: is like, so I also DJ at a country bar. The difference is I get subtle racism at Dollar General. You can tell when a guy comes in and he's not fond of you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I've had guys who come in before and had a Confederate flag hat on. You know what I'm saying? And we knee deep in the George Floyd shit. So it was just like, I mean, do I talk to you? Do I help you? You know what I'm saying? In which a lot of people, they will come in there and talk to you. It's not like, oh, just every white person that comes in there is just straight up racist. But the difference between DJing at Sidewinders, the country bar that I DJ at, and being at this Dollar General, if we're going to talk about how I said just like the subtle racism, I've never necessarily had like a problem from the country bar. You know what I'm saying? Like with Dollar General, I can tell you, plenty of times when I've, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're talking about an actual bar where at least 90% of the people are white. And I mean, if you're coming into a bar, you got to have a little bit of money on you. You know what I'm saying? If you're coming in and they're all getting drunk at that. So like, if you're telling me that these people, and not that any of them are racist, but you think about like really being vulnerable to saying some off the wall reckless shit. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. Racism is not funny. It's not, a joke or, you know what I'm saying? Like people, we actually deal with that.
Yeah.
But now certain jokes about certain races are, you know what I'm saying? Like you could see the comedic value in it.
As long as we talk about all races get joked.
Yeah.
Like we're not just we're not saying Mexican jokes are funny, but we're not
No,
as long as we're saying all jokes are funny.
Yeah, like there's
races.
Plenty of black. I'll joke around about black people. You know what I'm saying? Having chapped lips.
Yeah,
just random off the wall shit. You know what I'm saying? But you would expect for me to get at least the shit end of the stick at this country bar where I'm really outnumbered.
Right.
And I'm kind of just like,
you're an outsider.
Yeah. Like, I mean, a lot of those people, they've been at that bar for some time now. I'm really like the newest person.
They really probably don't even like change.
Well, I don't know. I don't have like a bad rap with anybody that's there. I wouldn't hang out with a lot of them, but that's more just like having different views as far as
lifestyles,
which spreads into politics. You
interest,
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, they've never made it necessarily like, we're gonna put you in this challenging position because of who you are. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to Dollar General, I've been working with, the managers, and they'll treat me hella different. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I'll do like. It's a lot of things, and really, this is the main reason why I'm quitting. Is because they can't get with my schedule, and my schedule really is all over the place. But that's because the wrestling season just started. I also work at Ferrum, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not there all the time. So I mean, I could kind of, I guess, see why they wouldn't waste their time, really trying to
work with you.
Yeah, but at the same time, they don't. They'll schedule me for days that I will tell them that I can't work, and then it's just like I'll have to keep telling them, hey, I can't come in this day, which doesn't necessarily. Which I mean, here's the thing: it's a problem, but it becomes a problem for them because once I tell you that I can't work that day, you know, anything that you do, if you schedule me for that day, now it's on you when I don't show up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I take it. But now they'll schedule me for days, and it'll be like, oh, I said that I could work that morning, not that night, but they'll schedule me for that night. You know, and it's like y'all don't even listen to what the fuck I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Not even that, but there's one other girl that works there, and thank God, like she'll tell me whenever somebody talking shit or whatever. Because there was one night where I stole a lighter. Shit.
Oh, shit. He gone.
There was one night where I took a lighter while I was on my break, and I told the other cashier, I was like, hey, I'm gonna pay for this lighter when I come back from my break. Well, when I came back, it was a long line, so I wasn't gonna stand in the line and wait for, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, remind me before we get off, you know, pay for this lighter. So it was time for us to get off, and you know, I did all the paperwork, did everything. Now we're about to leave, and she, which was so weird to me because she was just like, did you ever pay for that lighter? And she kind of said it like that, as if like she's about to catch me, you know what I'm saying, in some bullshit. And I was just like, oh yeah, shit. So I just put like $1.05, however much it was, you know what I'm saying? It's a fucking lighter. So I put that on the counter because I had already counted the drawers down, and you know I wasn't about to.
Extra hassle.
Yeah. So the next day, I get a text from one of my other coworkers, who, you know, the one who tells me whenever
looks out for you.
Yeah. And she was like, hey, this girl told the manager who was working at the time that you stole that lighter and you didn't put like any money, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up having to text this assistant manager telling her, hey, like I left money. But then I started thinking to myself, I'm doing this over a fucking lighter. A lighter. Like,
it's not even about a lighter, it's $1.
I wouldn't care what. Well, yeah, and that's the thing, is like $1. You know what I'm saying? Like that's nothing to them. They're gonna make $1 as soon as they open up. You feel me?
You know, and I get it. You know, I get it. Catch, you know, when like everybody looking at it like that way, like $1 here, $1 there. You know, eventually we're gonna start losing money. But it's in terms of like your personal, who you are. Like you said, yo, I paid the $1. I left the $1 on the thing. And then, you know, that should have been it. But that one girl looked at you and really was like, you know, he stole $1. He stole $1 lighter. That shouldn't even been major. Whether they was like, yo, they want to complain about $1 lighter, that should have never even hit them, because she shouldn't even been like really stressed about over $1 lighter.
The fact that your night, you know, didn't get any better after we left, to where you really thought about that the next day to tell somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, had she texted her while we was working and been like, hey, Tyreek didn't, you know, pay for this lighter, so just, you know, letting you know. And okay, I wouldn't be able to understand it on the sense of, you know, why are you telling her this?
Exactly.
It's got to be on some racist shit. But I would just, after a while, have to be like, you know what? Fuck it. You know what I mean? But the next day when the other girl told me that, I was just like, wow, like, you really are full of shit.
Like, my thing with it is in a situation, like I said, I worked at McDonald's, I worked at the shoe department. I'm not about to watch Shorty steal a $40 pair of shoes. But a Shorty eating a fry out of the junk, I'm not tripping on. I'm not caring about no fry that came out. You know, as long as she won't do it nasty, like stuff to where it was going to affect the customers.
It's 2:30. You've been going for an hour and 13 minutes.
Hey, that's what I like to see. One quick story, you know, just in case before we go. About when I quit my job, that shoe department.
I wasn't. Were you done talking?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I had literally could have went to work, got off of school, could have went to work. The assistant manager calls me up and says, "Go get to this." And funniest thing, I'm driving by the place she said she had made the order from, because I stopped by on the way back from school.
Right.
I said, I looked at the place and I said, I'm not gonna be able to do that. I quit. I'm not coming back in. And I hung up. And I took
Why the fuck did you do that?
I hated the place, man.
McDonald's?
No. This wasn't McDonald's. This was a shoe department.
Oh yeah.
This was shoe department. I don't even remember how I left McDonald's. I know I got a new job. I know I got the job at Ply Gym now, and I've been there since. But I don't think I fully left McDonald's on bad terms.
That's definitely one job that at the time I probably should have kept, was Ply Gym. Well, I mean, money-wise, it wasn't bad. You know
It's
what I'm
not,
saying?
it's not.
It sucked, the shit that I had to do.
That
Like,
one department is horrible. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I've been around a lot of places in that factory now, dealing with a lot of different work that
Right.
you have to do there. That one department is absolutely horrible. No matter who you are, no matter how much shape you're in, no matter what, because it is mentally and physically destructive on you. It is bad.
Bro, I see it like this, and I mean, I'm kind of like this when it comes to like really every job that I had. If I had to either drink a Red Bull or take a shot before I went in, that job probably isn't for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing that just to get through the day.
Yeah, get by,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? But when I tell you Ply Gym was probably, I mean, you want to talk about just being dog tired when I got off. And I mean, you seen what I was doing, having to lift those fucking windows.
Yeah.
And I don't know why the fuck they looked at me as just like, I don't know, like fucking Thor. You know what I'm saying? They looked at me as just, oh, he's the biggest dude over here, so just
He was.
put him on. What?
He was the biggest dude over there.
I don't care. Well, I mean, for our shift, I was.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, everybody that was at the end of the line on every other line were just like kind of either in shape and just like skinnier. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, some of those guys that would come in on second shift, like it was one dude who came with like the speaker that he would roll in every day. That was a big motherfucker. But I don't know his fucking name. But yeah, that job definitely fucked up my back. And I mean, when I tell you I would have to chug Red Bulls just to get through the fucking day, it was bad.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I still work there, and I've seen people like there was a dude who worked on line 2. He was a lead for line 2. Dude is a worker, 7 days a week, doesn't question nothing. Like he's a worker and he's a responsible one, a lead at that.
Right.
You know, I see him go from that line 2 department vinyl to another lead spot in like Clad. Man's whole mental style, his physical, all changed. All that demeanor changed. He a happier dude. He chilling. His body, he's perked up instead of being slouched over. Dude is just a different person.
Well, I feel like having a factory job it's really easy to develop a lot of bad habits. Like, and I mean, thank God I never got into smoking cigarettes, or you know what I'm saying? Because you see a lot of them who, you smoke or see them smoking a cigarette. And I mean, I know, what a black and mild feels like, so, I mean, obviously that's two not completely different things, but, if a cigarette makes you feel anything like how a black and mild does, then that is not a good feeling for a 12-hour shift. You know what I'm saying? And, I don't know. You should have known that we weren't going to make it, though. You should have known that. Well, not me, because I would work, but.
Well, I didn't, like I said, I didn't expect you to make it. Not because I didn't think you was a worker, but because I knew you had opportunities elsewhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, as soon as I was done with, like, I think the first month, I was kind of just like, all right, I need to find something else.
And you had those opportunities, you could go get them. Whereas...
I got on at the radio station.
Yeah.
That was, one.
Whereas, other peers of ours...
Other peers.
Yeah, we're going to say peers. I'm not going to sit here and put names. I didn't expect much, but I was still disappointed in the way...
That was more like laziness.
Exactly. Like at this point in time, there was no work going on. Like me and Reek worked in this one department that was brutal. My brother works with me. He works in this department. It's not bad at all work wise. And then our peers.
I'd love to be where Wes was.
Yeah, and then our peers work in this one area, and they would literally leave because they didn't have work. They said, "Hey, we just sitting over there not doing nothing. We gonna head over to Shorty's house."
Yeah.
And we just leave because there was no work. Was getting paid to stand on the clock and hold a broom. Good money. And just left because they were bored.
That was actually really good money that I did not take advantage of.
Hey, I'm taking advantage of it now, man.
I did not use that money the right way. Well, I mean, here's the thing. The only reason why I feel like I did not use that money the right way is because I didn't... While I was working there, I should have been looking for an apartment.
Yeah.
As opposed to when I left there, thinking that, the radio station is going to be my saving grace. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I still
right.
got to take them lights down. I don't know why I didn't do that shit. Someone told me I was forgetting something. But, yeah, I thought the radio station was going to be like it. And it's weird how that even kind of played out, too. Because, I mean, here's the thing. So, when I was in college, I was obviously in radio for all 4 years. Like, my major was media and communication, so radio is kind of like the easiest thing that you can really do. But me, I actually got into it, and started taking it serious. Because, I mean, it's easy, and, it's an easy A, but that's 90% of the classes that I took, I mean, most of them were video classes to where, I mean, you get graded on how you use a camera, and you get graded on, obviously, we never dealt with any DJ and shit.
Skill you
mixing software, just like it. Media and communication is so weird. It's so broad, but it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's good to know what the fuck you're doing, at least.
Yeah.
But you would obviously have to go down the right career path. But when I got on at the radio station, first of all, I did like fam radio all 4 years, which I don't want to say kinda is like nothing, but I mean, there's a link for people to listen in live, but it's not like, oh, you're, it's not like you have all these people listening in on you, you know what I'm saying? So, I was really only used to, like, just regular radio talk, and one of the things that I got used to was kind of just getting on there and bullshitting the whole time, because we would have to have, like, a 2-hour show. I don't know what the fuck I'm not gonna make no list of shit to talk about for no 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? That's very time consuming, and I'd be better off just blue balling it, just free balling it. Damn. But
look at that mind, man.
Hey, bro. Anyways, so yeah, I knew I would be better free balling it. Well, I don't want to say that is kind of what messed me up, because by the time I got to
practice bad habits.
Yeah, by the time I got to K92, and even now, I still say shit like, I say like a lot when I'm talking. I say like, say a lot.
Yes.
I kind of start going all over the place still, as opposed to, being at the radio station, and you got to be like, everything is on point, and you got to say it in 30 seconds, or it's just, no, we don't want you. And I mean, yeah, you can get better, but you gotta
have a good entry skill on it first.
You have to, yeah.
Like,
and there
are
a lot of people
prove to yourself that you could do it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it took me, I think, getting to a radio station and realizing just me being in college and having a degree in this wasn't enough. Now, here's the thing: I did find a lot of work behind the scenes, like working the mixer and all that, and that's kind of what got me into figuring out how to do my own podcast and shit. But yeah, as far as being an on-air personality, it is very hard, and I do not have the voice for it. And it's like when I start talking and I'm talking fast, it either sounds really country or it just sounds really mumbled, and I don't know if it's just the way my voice sounds. I hate, even when I'm at the country bar and I have to say shit on the microphone, it sounds so weird, because they're probably like expecting like this country voice, it's a country bar, so you're expecting like the MC to, be country, not this big ass black dude who kind of got a deep voice. And I mean, I hate speaking there, because one, they really don't give a fuck about hearing me talk, so right. I'll just like, welcome everybody to Sidewinders, give a little bullshit intro, and then welcome the band on the stage. And then that's kind of how I like do that. But damn, these motherfuckers. I hate when like the group chat is going crazy and you like either can't answer it, or you know what I'm saying, it's like too many messages to where you'd have to like keep scrolling through, like reading messages. I keep them muted. Yeah, I do too.
I catch up later.
Well, this one I don't. It's the Ferrum Wrestling alumni, but yeah. But anyways, yeah, I just don't like my voice necessarily in a typical radio format. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have this really uplifting voice. It's like it sounds deep. I can project my voice, but I can't.
Naturally speaking, it's different.
Yeah, and it's so weird how some of those people, it's like you will never know when they're talking in their radio voice to you, because I mean they just can naturally turn it on like that. You know what I'm saying? Or not in that radio voice. You can tell the difference in that, but you never know when they're like in their radio phase, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're talking about like people who do a customer service, where they like gotta have like put on a fake laugh, a fake
like
voice,
that. So okay,
a feeling that you're actually concerned with issues in care.
Right, basically.
Okay.
So at the station that and I don't know why I keep saying K92. I think I just say K92 because everybody's like used to that. It's in the K92 building, the same building as K92. So I could work in that station one morning, given what the job is. But it's K92. It's the Vibe, Star Country, WFR, which is mostly where I be at, and Q99. And I don't know. I don't think I'm missing anyone out. But yeah. So what I do is all behind the scenes, and it's just like it. My job is more just like being on time with everything. Every commercial will be on time. Make sure that the host, knows this and, knows the time and, just everything, So, the host, he's a great guy. He's, probably like the coolest guy that works there, for real. But when he talks into the microphone, it sounds really deep as opposed to, but it's more like, so WFR is like news talk, and so his voice is kind of like on the radio, it's like this, but when he talk, it's not like that. And it's like, it's weird when you can see him kind of, getting ready for the show to start, because he'll just like kind of sit there and like zone out for a little bit, or like say he's like in a rush trying to get all his shit together. He'll kind of just like sit down and like, just like
take a deep breath, get into it.
It's so fucking weird. And I can't do that. Like,
you can't sit there and just change.
Fuck no.
You can't change personas.
For me to even have done this podcast, like I've had plenty of conversations with myself. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, once I sit down and get in front of a microphone, it's like I don't know what to talk about, unless I just freeballed it, So like obviously you seen my bulleted list, so
yeah. Which I don't think it was bad things. I think there was like a whole lot of sub points that could have went on that list as well, and I think we've hit those.
Well, I mean, I did this in like 5 minutes at work.
But yes, I don't think it's a bad list at all. I think we covered a good amount of it.
You ready to be done with this?
Yeah.
All right. Episode 1, The Freak Show. Turn this shit back up.